처음에 머리 아프다 그랬다?
네, 되게 아팠어요.
그건 어때?
많이 없어졌어요.
많이 없어졌어.
많이 없었어요.
많이
없어졌어요.
많이 없어졌지. 그리고 막 그 좀 디프레션도 있고 막 그런 것도 막 그랬었다 그랬거든.
Yes.
그런 것도 많이 좋아졌어.
Yes.
오케이.
I think it's more likely because you have to be willing to feel better. For example, a part of me wanted to get better, but something was preventing me from wanting to get better. So that's why I was fighting the first time. But then there was a little bit of me that was like, I wish I could get better. I'll do anything to get better. And I think that desire grew bigger and bigger every time I went to Miracle-touch. So that's why I'm like this. Because if I didn't have any hope, absolutely nothing, I didn't want to get better, then it wouldn't have worked. This kind of thing is a situation of how you can handle everything, rather than just because you do this is not going to automatically make you feel better. It helps, but it's all up to you. It has to be you that wants to be doing this. Not, you can't believe in this. You have to believe in yourself and then accept the help that this can give you. So that's what I learned, and that's why I got better, because I depended on this in the beginning. And then when I saw that I wasn't getting better, I thought, this is a lie. I don't like this. But I only tried it once. You know? So the second time I tried it, I didn't feel anything still, but I felt a bit more, a little lighter, a little better. But that wasn't enough, so I still didn't believe until my mom had to drag me. And then I said, maybe if my mom thinks so highly of it, maybe I should try it. So you have to open up to the possibilities that this can do for you. It's not like, oh, this is like a drug, as in like antidepressant, where it's like this does just, makes you feel better like that. No, you have to believe you can heal yourself, and then this will help you heal. That's the difference that I learned. So that's why I believe in it. I believe in myself. That's why. It's really a miracle.
Miracle.
That's why it's Miracle-touch.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what people have a misconception for, the misunderstanding that they say, oh, this equipment is supposed to make me feel better. No. You're supposed to believe that you can get better, and then this will help you get better. You have to believe you can get better. And if you keep saying, this is not going to work, this is going to help me, it's not going to help. Because you have to change yourself first. You have to change your perspective. So that's why it worked for me, because I'm willing to change my viewpoint.
그래도 처음에 안 믿었지만 그거를 믿고 썼잖아.
Because a part of me really wanted to get better. I was desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't believe in this, I was desperate. I said, I don't want to take drugs. I don't want to take antidepressant. I don't want to go that route. I really don't. And this acupuncture wasn't helping. Well, it did help, but it was like a very temporary help. And I can only do so much of that. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to love myself. But that's the thing. I never loved myself. I hated myself. But then now I realize, wait, in order to feel better, in order to feel good, and I don't know how to describe it, but in order to just heal yourself, you gotta care. You can't be like, oh, I don't care, and then expect yourself to feel better by taking antidepressants. No, you have to feel better by saying, you know what? I want to take care of myself. I have to love myself. I need to find out how I can do that. And if you have that mentality and you're open to trying things even though they make you uncomfortable, you'll get better. That's how it is. Because I didn't want to put on the Hanbun. It made me feel so uncomfortable. I hated it. But I forced myself to do it anyway, and then now I'm just used to it. I mean, that's just how it is. You just naturally have to accept it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna try this one time, and if it doesn't work, then it's a fake. That's not how it works. This thing is this thing will help me to recovery. If I believe in myself, this will definitely help me to recover. And that's why I come here every day. As much as I can, once a week or twice a week. I try because it's helping.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I'm really tired, I haven't slept very well because I'm like looking for a place to stay. I'm packing all my things. I haven't been sleeping well, and I've been working on top of that. So when I came here today, I slept. I knocked out. I relaxed and I knocked out. And here's the thing, even though I'm tired, even though I'm stressed out, I haven't been like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, like I haven't slept, you don't understand me. It's not like that. It's just more like, oh yeah, I'm tired, but it's okay. I'll manage. It's not a big deal.
항문 처음에 이거 꼈을 때 어떤 반응이 일어났어요?
So, I had to sit in the toilet and pretend that I was taking number 2, and then I just stuffed it in. And it hurt, and I was like, and then I pulled it out because I hated it. And then I tried every day. Still, I tried every day because I was like, this will help me. And I think what happened that motivated me more was actually Jamie, your daughter. She was like younger than me. She was in college, and the fact that we had so many similarities made me even more hopeful, because if she's this good and she went through the same exact things that I went through, then something must be right with this. I should try it. I should try it. And my mom never introduces me to things that she thinks is bad for me. So if my mom is introducing this, and then someone younger than me yet similar to me is doing this and is having so much difference in her life, maybe it can work for me. Maybe I can be a bit different. Maybe I can like myself for the first time. And the fact that Jamie said, you have to do Hanwoo. You have to do it. No matter what, you have to do it. That's like the most crucial thing. And then when you're on your period, you have to do the front one too. You have to. And when my period started, I immediately put the front. And boom, it worked. I feel it. The period ended literally just 1 week. I thought usually when my period is late and the period comes, it usually takes 2 weeks. So it's like 1 week of pain, and then the other week is just like, oh, I feel okay. But ever since I did the front part, that first time, yeah, it hurt for maybe like 2-3 days, because that's like when all the blood is gushing out. But like after that, it only lasted a week. That was nothing compared to what I've dealt with. So I'm just, okay, I'm sold. Every time it's a pain in the butt. It's pain because when you go to the bathroom, you have to pull it out, wash it, put it back in, all that jazz. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And I think it helped because Jamie was there. Like if my mom were to say it, if you were to say it, it's a little different because we're the age. But when you're able to connect with someone that's close to your age and that had the similar backstory as you, it's more convincing for me to believe. And I think that's just how it is for people. And so that's what helped. And I think Jamie was the one that really motivated me to do it. So if I haven't met Jamie, I probably would have still done it, but it wouldn't have been as like, I wouldn't believe as much, if that makes sense.
발찌 넥클래스 했을 때는 어땠어요?
So the anklets were extremely painful the first time I put them on. Just walking in them hurt like crazy. And in the beginning, I had so many scars. Like they're gone almost, but there was so many scars on my ankles because it kept pushing into my skin, and it hurt like crazy, and I didn't know why. And I stopped wearing them because it hurt so much, to the extent blood was coming out. So then I found out there's like my foot is always cold because there's something clogging. Like I'm not circulating well. That's why I'm always unhappy, because something is always clogging, something is not, it's not, what do you call it? I'm not circulating well. And so when the blood is going up to my head, it's like maybe some old blood, and it just makes me feel negative and awful. But now I wear it no problem.
No problem.
I have to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do the hoodie belt. I have to do my head, and I have to use. And right now I'm working on my feet because my feet are the coldest, and I don't want that. I want to change that. But the thing is, the most crucial part is that my personality changed from -1 to like 50.
Wow.
It was a big change.
Big change.
Even when I started work at the dental office, I was not exactly a very good coworker. And then after a few months of doing Miracle Touch, literally I changed my personality, and I was more like, good morning, instead of like, if I'm in a bad mood, it won't be like, oh, good morning. Even if I'm in a bad mood, good morning. Just keep this. I just kept the same, and everyone felt better. The punik was so much lighter, and it was easier to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you know what's crazy is because after I changed, and after 4 more months of working at the office, I got an offer, a job offer. Because if I didn't change, if I didn't have this change of personality and change of mindset, I wouldn't be getting that offer. And again, that's a miracle. It's a big miracle.
Yeah.
First, my personality changed, and now I'm gonna get a better job, possibly. Not that the dental office was a bad job; it was a great job. Like I was very, very, very lucky to have such good coworkers, and the dentist was really sweet. They were all patient with me, and I was still a brat there until like recently, and I became different more and more. And it hasn't even been a year since I've done Miracle Touch. So imagine what it will do to me just in a year. It's only been a couple of months, not even a couple, maybe almost a year, but that's not even a year. So in less than a year, my personality completely switched. And when I'm in a stressful situation,
You start air free.
it's crazy. There's moments where I have anxiety, and I get stressed, and I let it out to my mom, but it's not like before. I used to scream at my mom, I used to yell at her, and then now I go, Mom, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out. And it's so much easier for her to talk to me.
Oh.
And when she gives me advice, I listen now, instead of being like, oh, I don't want to listen to you. Because something about me is that when my mom tells me advice back in the day, I would be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to listen to you. But I listened anyway. But now it's just more like if she tells me advice, okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try and do that. That's the difference now.
Different.
I'm really, really lucky.
Lucky.
And blessed.
And
blessed. I have to thank not only Miracle Touch, but my mom, Jamie, you, and especially God for changing my life, literally. And so I'm lucky because I'm not a mother, I'm not married, and I'm still young. So the fact that I could do this already is like, oh man, yeah. I'm very, very lucky. And so whenever I come here, everyone's just like, there's a young girl in here and she speaks English. Because you don't expect my generation to really believe in these things.
Right.
And so that's why it's just like, okay, I'm glad I came here. I'm glad I've learned about this. I'm glad I can do this. So, but like I said in the beginning, you have to want this. You have to want to change. You cannot depend on the actual instruments to help that change happen. No. You have to fully desire that you want to be different, that you want to be happy, that you want to have the confidence in yourself. I don't have confidence in myself still, but I'm much more stronger than I used to be. I will tell you this. Whenever I made a mistake in the dental office, I used to cry. But after a while, I stopped crying. Instead, I'm just like, okay, what did I do wrong? How can I fix it? That's how much change that happened. And even the dentist noticed that. And he was really shocked.
Okay.
to that extent.
Yeah, your friend knows, right?
Oh
Also.
yeah, one of my vocal coaches. Yeah, she knows. She doesn't even. She's not even Korean.
Uh-huh.
She's Hispanic.
Uh-huh.
We've been friends for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and she'd been giving me lessons on singing and everything like that. But from the moment she met me, she knew that she didn't really feel comfortable with me. She liked me, but there was something about me that didn't make her feel comfortable, and it was all my negativity that made her feel very uncomfortable. And so she's the one that actually offered the job.
Oh.
But anyway,
Okay.
and then after doing a couple of months of Miracle Touch, I actually stopped contacting her because I had that really big phase where I was really depressed. Do you remember?
I know.
When I was just doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember that, right? I was so rude. I'm sorry about that, by the way. But I had to stop talking to her. Like, I stopped contact with a lot of people because it was that bad. And I recently recontacted her,
Oh.
and she said, "Yeah, I have a office in Burbank. Like, we should hang out." And I said, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then the moment she saw my face, I still gained weight. My skin isn't any better. I'm still the same. But she was just like, "What happened? What happened?" I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You look so good." I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "I don't know what you did, because last time I saw you, your face was really dark, but you seem really bright. Like, what did you do?" And I said, "Oh, well, I've been taking therapy." And she's like, "Keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she said, "You're so different.
Awesome.
The way you speak, the way you look, the way you talk, it's completely different. Before it was just like, hey, what's up? Yeah, okay, what? I don't even want to hear that anymore because I don't want to go back." But she was shocked, and she still can't get over it. She's like, "I remember the first time I met you, you were very unhappy with life. And now I see you, you look like you want to live." And I do. I really want to live. So I still have depression, but it's like, no, I'm not going to let that control me like it did before. I can't let it control me, because in the end, I want to live.
Wow.
So I think that's why I really like this program, or this Miracle Touch. I just really like it because I think because of Miracle Touch, it changed a lot.
Thank you so much. 벨트 계속 하죠?
Oh yeah.
네.
Oh yeah.
처음에 아팠죠?
Yes.
저기도 니키도 벨트를 엄마가 사줬는데 잘 안 하나 봐 걔는. 그래갖고
I would make a joke saying if she's not gonna take it, then I'll take it. But all jokes aside, okay, I didn't usually use the belt at first because it hurt like crazy. Because my tailbone is really bad. And so if you actually look at my back, the tailbone structure is really dark, because that's how much, I don't know what's in it, but there's something wrong with my backside. But this is something that Jamie told me. The good thing about the belt is that it kind of shapes your hoodie. And I realized that my hoodie kind of made a shape, and so I'm just like, ooh, in the mirror. But all jokes aside, my tailbone has been hurting a lot less.
Oh.
So I haven't done Miracle Touch in like what, a month now? Like I haven't come here for a month or maybe more, I guess. Maybe a month and 2 weeks. It hurt a little bit, but it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. I was like, okay, it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna be prepared. But like, did they put it on? Oh. It hurts a little bit, but I knocked out. I just slept. And so it's if you just allow yourself to want this, if you just allow yourself to believe in yourself that you can change, that's the hardest part. It sounds so easy. But it's the hardest thing, and that's what I struggled with. But because I wanted to change, that's why I was able to change like this. It's like what my friend said, if you want to succeed, you have to climb the steep mountain. But sometimes there's a better way than just climbing up the steep mountain. You just gotta dig through the mountain and just make a tunnel. because you don't want to keep pushing the boulder over and over again every single time. You want to just make it easier. So the first time you just dig the cave, yeah, it's really hard. But once you finish it, now you can just push any boulder you want through the cave. That's how life is.
Perfect.
So and I never understood that until now. So what I'm doing, I'm still digging my cave.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have to do the hoodie belt, and then I have to put the hair.
머리형.
I put that in the front.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No other questions?
Other question.
I hope she does this. I really do. Like.
무릎 아프다 그랬었어
Oh
그때.
yeah. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Nope. I don't know. I didn't do nothing to my murubs. Sometimes I would put the anklets on my murub when I'm sitting down and using the computer. Other than that, no.
그리고 머리도 많이 빠졌었다고 그렇게
yeah.
얘기를 했는데.
Well,
It's
it's still pulling out because I think it's because just the length really. But that's not
Good. 머리도 좋아.
Yeah, but that's not the main point. I think the biggest change was the personality.
그렇지.
That's the biggest miracle I've witnessed with this, with these things. And yeah, they're expensive, but you know when I first heard it, yeah, I thought it was expensive and overpriced. But no. These, I think it's a little cheap now. I mean, I can't personally afford them, but I'm glad it's not. And I would say these would be maybe 20,000 or even more, because it's just that's how big of a change it did. And my mom said something like this: if you pay like $5,000 to have your whole entire life changed, don't you think it's worth it? Don't you think it's worth the investment, rather than spending $100 a month to pay for prescriptions and then still be miserable? Makes sense to me. It's just the only thing is, I don't have $5,000 at my disposal, but if I believe that I can make that much money and then I just spend that money on myself and just do it every day, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really content. I'm not exactly happy because there's still a lot of things going on, but I will be happy eventually. I really believe I will be happy. I'm happy that I changed. I'm happy that I realized after doing Miracle Touch, this is what I realized. I became super grateful. I'm super thankful. I'm so lucky to have such a wonderful mother, to have such a wonderful friend like Jamie, having such wonderful support from you and Joanne only. No matter how I think about it, there's so many people that have it so much worse than I do. But what? I have my parents. I have my younger brother. Yeah, we don't all get along, but at least we're here. At least we're with each other, And there's so many kids without parents. There's so many people without, certain body parts. There's certain children that are sick and they can never get better even though they want to. And so when I think of it that way, I'm not saying that their situation is bad as how do I say this? I'm not saying my situation was not as bad. It was bad. It was in a pretty intense spot. But the more I live life, I think, you know what? I'm very grateful. My mom is healthy. My dad is healthy. My brother, he's sick, but overall he's not in critical condition just yet. And I'm healthy. What do I have to complain about? I have a place to live. I have food. I have no reason to complain. If anything, I think I would have a lot of more Kobe. I guess just kind of I'm worried about my future. I'm worried about what will happen. But that's normal. It's not like, oh my gosh, God is not showing me my future. It's just more like, oh, I hope I do this right kind of thing. But yeah, it's just, I became more thankful. And the more thankful I became, the more relaxed I became. So I'm stressed out because the place I was supposed to stay, they last minute changed their mind saying, we can't let you live with us. And I'm like, okay, well I guess I have to find another place.
Okay.
It's like, I will say that. It's a pain, but alright, I understand. You might have your reasons. But it's not like, oh my gosh, I can't find a place. No, it's just more,
Okay.
this is sure okay. We'll figure it out.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.